Welcome to the Central Stadium in Kiev as the teams take the field on a very pleasant evening here in the Ukraine with a wind blowing across the field, but no problems underfoot. The pitch in immaculate condition. The sides taking the field together, and both sides have had one or two problems to resolve. In Rangers' case, mainly tactical ones, but the Russians have been concerned by the loss of a couple of key players. Chris Woods exchanging gifts with Viktor Chanov, the Kiev goalkeeper. And in fact, all the Russian players going to make presentations to the Rangers players. And the noise you hear, of course, all coming from the Ukrainian fans. Very, very few Scots inside the stadium. So the flowers dispatched by Graham Souness to the subs bench. And I wonder if that pleasantry will be returned at Ibrox in 2 weeks' time. A very quiet stadium here with 100,000 people inside the ground. Very, very little noise. The teams line up. Dynamo Kiev have no Zavarov and no Belanov, so they brought Yaramchuk into number 9. But for Rangers, the change in their lineup involves no Robert Fleck, no Trevor Francis. They brought in John McGregor and Avi Cohen to stiffen the midfield. So a 5-man midfield with just McCoist up front. The referee tonight is Franz Wöhrer from Austria. There's Oleg Blokhin, number 11, who gets the game underway with Yevtushenko. And it's Dynamo Kiev playing from right to left who get the game underway as the noise builds up from the Russian fans. Demyanenko playing it forward, the captain. There's Graham Roberts going across. So a solitary task up front tonight for Ali McCoist for Rangers. There's the Dynamo captain, Demyanenko, captain of club and country. There's McCoist with a layoff. Kuznetsov wins it again. A good challenge though by Cohen. Durant holding off Kuznetsov. McCoist trying to find Durant with that pass inside, but it's collected by Demyanenko at the back for Dynamo. Chanov plays it out. This is Besanov. Now Mikhailichenko. Yakovenko. Blokhin. Yevtushenko's through the middle. Butcher with a cross. And good covering play by the Rangers captain, Terry Butcher. But a promising build-up that with Yevtushenko finding a gap at the edge of the box going through. Butcher came across to make the clearance. Demyanenko will take the corner kick. Everyone back for Rangers except McCoist. Demyanenko to the near post. And that was well covered by Jimmy Phillips at the near post area, not once but twice. He had to concede another corner kick. Demyanenko right-footed again. Headed by Mikhailichenko, and it was taken easily by Woods. The big number 8 got up well though, and he was unchallenged when he directed the header on goal. Kuznetsov's header. A push in the back on Mikhailichenko by Derek Ferguson. Free kick to Dynamo. Altashar starts a slow build-up once again. There's no question though in the early stages that Rangers have succeeded in taking all the pace out of the Dynamo Kiev build-up. That was a deliberate ploy, and there's a foul on McCoist by Kuznetsov. Well, Kuznetsov is renowned for taking no prisoners, and McCoist felt that all right. Phil Vorsma coming on to administer the treatment to the Rangers centre-forward. McCoist is back on his feet. Durant has gone forward for Rangers. That's gone behind McCoist. Demyanenko again. Mikhailichenko. challenging, he's misjudged that. Here's trouble for Rangers. Yaremchuk coming in, and the final cross not good enough, but the danger's not yet over. Collected by Rats. Now Yakovenko. Roberts with the header, only as far as Bessanov. Fine effort by Bessanov. Woods going across the cover, but that was dangerous for Rangers. All sparked off by that move, building up on the right when Jimmy Phillips misjudged the challenge on Yaremchuk. Indeed, the cross from Yaremchuk could have been better, caused Rangers more problems. As it was worked out, it was Bessanov in the end who rifled the shot wide. Sunis. Butcher. Careless one from Butcher, picked up by Yaremchuk. Here's blocking. Rats gets away from Ferguson and from Sunis. Still Rats. Away from Butcher. And Ferguson went all the way back to make that clearing header. Mikhailichenko has possession though for Dynamo. Butcher's tackle. Here's Ferguson. Now McGregor. McCoy sets off again. Willing as ever, he's away from Kuznetsov. Here's McCoist in the box, no support, he'll have to do it by himself. Harry McCoist! And Chanov got down to block the shot. Frustration for McCoist, but that was superb play from the striker. Chanov gesticulating to his defence and no one. There was brilliant play from McCoist coming in, the shot in the end blocked by the Russian keeper. Baldashar once more. Switching play to the left to Demyanenko. Mikhailichenko. Yakovenko. Roberts with the header. Here's Durant. Supported immediately by Sunis. Here's McCoist. Taken on the back again by Kuznetsov. The referee aways play on this time. McCoist is still on the ground as Durant makes the tackle on Demyanenko. This time the referee from Austria gives a free kick to Dynamo Kiev. McCoist is still on the ground, but the referee will not allow the play to stop at the moment. There's McCoist. Taken from the back once again by Oleg Kuznetsov. There was no foul given. And Phil Bosma is being asked to take McCoist off the field. McCoist is clearly in a lot of pain. So here's the tackle which inflicted that damage on McCoist. Well, that certainly looked to me to be a clear foul. The referee Franz Vorer certainly popular enough with the Russian fans, but no question there that McCoist seemed to be very hard done by. Bessanov. Sunis collides with McGregor. Yakovenko playing it through and no chance at all for blocking. And Oleg Blokhin made his disgust clear as far as that pass was concerned. So Woods with a long ball aimed for McCoist. Kuznetsov wins it. Cohen inside. There's McGregor. Kuznetsov beaten by McCoist. There's a great chance for Rangers. The side netting from McGregor. He was set up by Durant. And what an opportunity that was. John McGregor supporting the attack. It was McCoist who did the good work initially with that head flick on. Then Durant guiding the ball into the path of John McGregor on his weaker foot, the right, slicing the shot against the stanchion on the outside. Well, certainly great encouragement for Rangers so far, with two great attempts on goal. The first from McCoist, the second from McGregor. And that certainly has silenced the Russian crowd once again. Yevtushenko forced to come deep to become involved in the play. Yaremchuk. Hopeful one there across which Ferguson wins. Yakovenko plays it wide again. Besanov to Yakovenko. He wasn't picked up making that run. In the middle, Roberts couldn't make it, but Nicol did. Here's Derek Ferguson. Blockin sends it back. Here's Demianenko with Rats on the outside. Trying to play from Dynamo Kiev. The shot played in the first time. And the block to allow Rats to accept the throw. Demianenko holding on Ryabchuk well, holding up Durant. Here's Demianenko. Oh, that bounced off quickly away from Chris Woods. The referee has given a corner kick, so Woods get a touch. The shot certainly wasn't hit with very much power. We'll see this as the ball is played inside from Yaremchuk. Shot to Demianenko. Did it with his right foot, not very powerfully. And Woods appeared to dive a shade early, deceived by the lack of pace in the shot, I think. Demianenko coming very close indeed for Dynamo. Here's the corner kick. In swinger. Woods under pressure, and he reacted well as Mikhailichenko came in. Another one for Durant to chase. Good tackle. There's Yaremchuk. Foul from the back by Ferguson. Besanov plays it short. There's Mikhailichenko. Good piece of running from Yevtushenko. Here's Rats getting in the cross first time, but the flag was up on the near side. Well, that's all cosmetic. Yakovenko showing his finishing ability, but all to no avail. An offside flag was up, and the free kick's been given to Rangers. The ball played forward, catching Rats offside. A couple of yards in it, I think. And Woods had stopped playing at this point as Yakovenko eased the ball into the net. So it looks as though Rangers have survived the first half. 45 minutes are over. We're into time added on for that brief stoppage to give treatment to Ali McCoist. The Austrian referee checking with his linesman, and there goes the half-time whistle. An excellent first 45 minutes from Rangers. They've tied it. Mikhailichenko. That's cut off by Roberts for Sunis. Tried to play that beyond Kuznetsov for McCoist, but it's won by the blonde centre-back. Here's Demianenko. Good header on from Yaremchuk. A great chance now for Dynamo Kiev. And it was well blocked by Phillips. He did well, standing his ground there, blocking the cross. Rangers for just a second appeared to be exposed. Good play from Dynamo Kiev and from Besanov in particular. This is Mikhailichenko. Coming inside, robbed easily by Sunis, and McCoy sprints off on the right. All on his own for the moment. He may try it by himself. Running into Kuznetsov. Yaremchuk. Yakovenko. Yakovenko being allowed to come a long way forward. He's still in possession. Now blocking. A deep cross, too deep for Rats. Rangers trying to regain their poise now, getting men back. Here's Demianenko. Powerful enough, but well off target. It was Rats indeed with the final shot. Playing it back into the path of the oncoming player now. And that's well wide of Wood's right-hand post. Out in the middle of the field with Besanov. Good running by Besanov. Yevtushenko. Yakovenko. Striding forward, playing in a good cross. There's Roberts. Fine defensive header by Graham Roberts. He got up behind Terry Butcher to make that clearance. Well, that's been a feature of the Rangers play in the centre of defence. Butcher and Roberts covering each other superbly. And the roar building up from the Russian fans. They're sensing some prospect of a breakthrough. Ferguson on the near post. Roberts waits to attack the ball. Played in by Rats. That was Butcher's challenge. Phillips didn't make it a very good clearance. There's Rats engineering an angle for himself. The Rangers defence very diligent indeed, closing down. And there's Ferguson. Loose pass forward. Yaremchuk goes forward. Still Yaremchuk. Tackled firmly by McGregor. Suddenly the pace of the play has been lifted by the Russians. There's Yaremchuk. Cheminical's header. Here's block in. Now Rats making for the byline. Good play from Dynamo Kiev. The cross again too long. It's a let-off for Rangers. Played forward by McGregor. Koy's trying a back killer. Yakovenko plays it inside. Here's Besanov. Now Mikhailichenko. Suddenly the Russians have come to life. There's Yevtushenko going up, and he's again well covered by Roberts and Phillips. And still approaching the hour mark, and here's the first substitution of the match. Yevtushenko is coming off, and Yevseyev is coming on. Now that is very interesting indeed, because...
To them. Could Rangers join them in as tough a European tie as they've faced in more than 30 years of competing in the continent's premier tournament? Rangers' European Cup record falls neatly into 3 stages, with Ibrox fans clearly hoping that tonight marks a successful new era for the club. Stage 1 was the late 50s and early 60s side, which reached the semi-final, as you can see there, in 1960, only to lose to Eintracht Frankfurt, who of course were Real Madrid's victims in that memorable Hampden final. And then in 1965, they only just lost 3-2 on aggregate to a fine Inter Milan side in the quarters, a Jim Forrest goal giving them a 1-0 win at Ibrox, Inter's first European Cup defeat. But that marked the end of Rangers' involvement for more than 10 years until the mid-70s. Their most successful campaign then ended in March 1979 when a Tommy McLean goal gave Rangers a 1-1 draw at Ibrox against Cologne, not enough to make the semi-finals after a defeat in West Germany. So, as we can see, it's 8.5 long years since Rangers fans last headed to Ibrox on European Cup business. Tonight they face a 1-0 deficit against one of Europe's outstanding sides, Dynamo Kiev from the Ukraine. But that first leg defeat, remember, was an unlucky one, and Rangers at their best were certainly capable of victory. We join Archie McPherson just before kick-off at Ibrox.
And the tragedy for Rangers is that one of the most experienced players, Graham Roberts, is out of the side. He strained a stomach muscle on Saturday, and it proved to be more serious than at first thought. He doesn't play tonight. But another man of great experience does, Trevor Francis. Well, the Russian team, I suppose you could call quite simply the team of the USSR, because you're looking at a full international side. They double as Dynamo Kiev, one of the most experienced and talented teams in the world. What, for example, Oleg Blokin, number 11, great player, European Player of the Year in 1975. Well, there he is, a man who knows what it's like to win a European Cup, scored a winning goal, of course, and his great experience will be invaluable tonight. Souness, well, you can say that Rangers are packing in tonight men who know how to win games. This, of course, will be Souness's last match for some time. While the Russians about to kick off in a tremendous atmosphere, indeed a bit of a false start. A little bit of jitters, I think, but off we go now. And they'll give the goalkeeper, Sharov, a first look at the ball. Russians stunned Europe with their first European Cup win in the Cup Winners' Cup way back in 1975. And one of the great teams ever since then. Butcher. That's meant for Falco. And that is still played on, I believe. Abby Cohen in for Rangers tonight. There's Francis. Nickel. It's a tantalizing one, and the goalkeeper takes it cleanly. Falco does get it in, and a little bit of a panicky clearance. Baltacha, number 3. I think they were complaining to the referee that an elbow had been used. Trevor Francis. That's a touch in. McCoist. Wow, the Russian defence, for all their experience, looking slightly flustered. I think it'll be the long throw again. Butcher is up, he's going to be up a lot. There's the shot, Jimmy Nicholl. And this huge Ibrox crowd loving this opening. Neatly played back there by Avi Cohn, and Nicholl did exactly the right thing. Butcher. Avi Cohn has seen a lot of the play on his left. Fancies neatly, that's not a bad ball. He could see that Francis was making the run on the diagonal. Kuznetsov. Fans love him, don't they? Can you hear that? There he is. No, this time it's Bessanov coming forward. Cohen, beautiful pass. McCoist. Here's Francis. There's a shot. Well, he positioned himself nicely, but the goalkeeper, as you can see, was quite untroubled by it. Took up very good position, finding it difficult to get a chink that very tight defence. And Rangers really had the pressure on, and here is the classic counter-attack. No free kick, beautifully broken up. Rangers really pressurised that defence, but they were warned in the way the Russians counter-attacked. And Rangers are playing steadied, unpressurised football. They've gone public and asked the supporters to be as calm and as patient as possible. They know it is going to be a very long, hard night. No cover. Way in the far side, Yaramchuk. It's McGregor. A lot of useful work so far by Avi Cohn. Now Francis. Nicholl. A little bit too obvious by Nicholl. And there's a free kick. Nicholl is a good steady defender, but his distribution of the ball leaving a lot to be desired, to be honest. Well, somebody has been spreading the word about Europe that this team could be on the slide. We've had that before. Oh, there he is, Kuznetsov, 24 years of age, played at the heart of the team in the last World Cup. There's McCoist. Needs a 1-2. Oh, and he almost did it. Brilliant move by Rangers, but very good goalkeeping. Really split that defence. Wild tackle there by McCoist. Superb combination there between Falco and McCoist. Nice little touch. Now watch the 1-2. He really let fly. It was all he could do. Difficult angle for him. You can see now when they have possession that Rangers are conscious of the fact that they mustn't lose a goal. Francis. Well, the Russians beginning to look stronger and concentrating on this right wing. It was Bellinol. Blocking. Nicely brought out now. McCoist. Baltacha with him. Here's McCoist. Can't get his shot in. He gets, I think. No. Looks as if it might just go across. There's McGregor. And Rangers will not want to be doing anything too fancy and clever in defence. All to be safety first. Well, I think the Russians will gobble that up. I know that Rangers are trying to concentrate on height in the air. Here's a great chance. It might be. It is. Oh dear, oh dear. Rangers are in the lead. One nothing to Rangers. There was a mistake, and there was Falco to trundle it over. And Rangers are back in business. 19 minutes of the game gone, and how could you have conceived of an experienced defence making an error like that? But they did. Chance for Yaremchuk to catch that. Well, very often in a European game I've said this team playing Scottish opponents looks very ordinary, and then they've suddenly turned around and showed me the very opposite of it. So I'll resist the temptation. Cohen. Here's Sinis. Slightly short with that. Jimmy Nicholl gets away there. It showed Durant he should have gone for it himself. I think he must have got the impression there was somebody breathing down his neck. Glorious opportunity spun. Nicholl, slight misjudgment. Francis. Well, these are neat touches, but he really has to have somebody in behind him. Sinis not quite getting there. Sinis nussing the ball back there to Phillips. Again, Phillips' pass goes astray. The Russians are very good at coming back like that. You know, it looks as if there might be a gap. But in steps one of the midfield players like Mikhailichenko there, number 8. Cohen, that's a very good ball. Falco, there's a... Oh, he tried to squeeze it through. Well, there he was, and the goalkeeper was certainly finding it difficult to get down initially because of the masking effect of the player. Cohen. Here's McCoy's trying to run through. Great run by McCoy. And there's a hand, the penalty. Oh, that was a penalty kick. That was a penalty kick. The player used his hand to touch the ball over the bar. A glaring penalty, if ever there was one. Now watch this. This perhaps should have been put away. And there it went in, and now watch the Russian defender coming in. And there goes the hand. And that was a penalty kick. Besarov. Well, it certainly was a confused and conglomerated situation in that line, but you saw it for yourselves. There's Butcher in with it, and it's just swooping over. There goes the half-time whistle, and Rangers must be, to a great extent, very pleased with themselves at being one goal up against a mighty team like Dynamo Kiev. And that goal, an incredible goal, a bizarre goal scored by Mark Falco. Scored a hat-trick on Saturday, but that goal tonight will be worth infinitely more money if Rangers go through. And there is the goalkeeper, Victor Channel, who threw it away. There it is, this goal that when you look at it again, you say, well, I can't believe this. I think Falco suffered that as well because it took an awful long time to go in the net. But that is it. Rangers one up as they face what I'm sure was going to be a palpitating second half. Rangers starting the second half. 1-0 in the lead, 1-1 on aggregate, and I'm sure almost painfully aware of the fact that if the Russians scored, they'd have to put 3 in the back of the net, and against the team of this talent, asking a lot indeed. Jimenico. Now Francis. Fight his first half. But he walks away very much like Oleg Blokhin walks away for the Russians, and is perfectly capable, has a great potential to unleash a little bit of magic. Zunas, and no challenge. Zunas again on to Francis. He watched very carefully. I think Trevor Francis lacking a yard yet. He's had a very, very long lie-off, and not perhaps as sharp as some of the Russian defenders. Number 9, Yaramchuk. Well, the Russians are coming out looking as if they want to take the game to Rangers now. Rats, he's coming forward. Very neatly balanced. McGregor once again just kept his eye on the ball. Boy who went down to Liverpool from Queen's Park, never quite settled. Brought back by Rangers. Here's Rats. Koist. There's free kick. He's getting a lot of abuse from the back, as he did in Kiev. Not even a slow motion replay tonight. I think they're quite quicker at him. Here's Nico. Well, just a bit too obvious, and Ali McCoy was nowhere near him. What a good player Besarov is. Up goes the flag on the far side. Francis. There's Falco. A little bit cumbersome that time. Now Rats is beginning to attack this Rangers defence. Oh, and a very bad tackle by Jimmy Nicol. There's Butcher trying to go in, and there's Woods, and the Russians beginning to look very menacing indeed. This is Rats. It's a man who not only can carry the ball long distances, but he can fire them in with that left foot of his. Almost got there. A lot of threat about the Russians now and then, blocking very close to Woods. Here's Durant. Alan McCoy's neatly enough down. Here's Sunis. Now Francis. Jimmy Nicol on the right, doesn't wait for him though. Falco is in there and that's a goal! Ali McCoist! What a beautiful combination, they've threatened it all night. And Scotland's top goal scorer has given Rangers an impressive lead. Only 5 minutes on the clock. Now this is why Falco came to Ibrox, to link with McCoy's like that, and that was beautifully finished. There's an off. I was just about to say that they keep possession very well when they put their minds to it. Right on cue it would have been. Butcher. And towards McCoist. They like breaking from deep positions, but he won't break this time as Sunis comes in. Here's Sunis. Trevor Francis. Almost taken away there. Now Sunis. The Generalissimo. Abby Cohn, wrong-footed. Really playing out of position on that left wing, but Rangers short of a left-sided player. Brilliant tackle by Sunis. Oh, superb move by Francis. Now, Durant. Durant going in, and the referee rightly waving play on. That ball should have been pushed to the side. They really are trying, the Russians. Really tramping. Blocking going in. And he can't get it back. The goalkeeper is out of his goal. He can't put it away. And Rangers, astonishingly slack. Well, surely they've been taught a lesson. Now, Butcher, really, normally he gets that left foot of his in and drives it upfield in a position like that. Quite extraordinary. And they were let off. Just content to keep the ball. Trying to draw the Russians out. Really a rather poor ball by McGregor. Now, Yaremchuk has been looking very dangerous. He's got pace, skill and control. Kuznetsov. Rats. Blocking, trying to go through, and he's just passed, and McGregor was easily taken there. That should have been put away by a man who's done it so often. He scored 300 goals in league football in Russia, and he's done a lot better than that. It's Trevor Francis who comes off. I think he's given his all. absolutely no good. There's Durant. Now Sinners. Here's Durant. Oh, that's not far away. Well, that should show others around him in doing something like that, that a third goal would kill the Russians off. Not so very far away. Can Rangers hold out? They're really tacking down the right all the time. And there should be Chris Woods. And the Rangers players and the supporters thankful for the quality goalkeeping they have between the posts. And also, I may say, in any part of that penalty area. Falco is not there, the play still goes on, Rangers. Jamaica with it that time. And here's Kirkwood to Sinners. Here's Fleck. Good effort by Fleck, and at least it takes the pressure off the Rangers defence with 3 minutes remaining. Only 3 minutes to hold out. That's certainly what it has been in the last 15 minutes, holding out. Blocken. Once again, Ali McCoy's the only man up. That should be for Terry Butcher, and it is. Not strong enough. The attack once again. Besarov. Rangers supporters trying everything they know to lift the team. Here's Kirkwood, and that's a free kick. The foot was up. By our watch, we only have 2 minutes remaining. You get the impression that Rangers are almost thoroughly drained. They've given everything for the team, the club, the supporters. There's Fleck now, McCoist. There's Durant on the run, and McCoist far too slow. Fleck on his own, fighting hard for it. Great play by Fleck. And Fleck almost puts it away. Kirkwood comes in. What a superb finish to this game. Can Rangers do it? Rats. They're playing it wide to right and to left. Now Sinners slows it down. Away goes Sinners. Keeps possession. 1 minute remaining. And Ibrox rises to a pass back as if they had scored a goal. By our watch, 30 seconds remaining. Falco, here's Fleck. Now Kirkwood. Durant. Now Sinners. Guess what he had in mind all the way. Now the Russians on the attack. We make it time up. Oh, that's offside. No, Woods right on the spot, looked offside to me, telling his players to get upfield. Every Everybody at Ibrox is on their feet. Referee looks at his watch again. Here's Fleck, Durant, Ali McCoist. Here's McCoist. Free kick to Rangers, and we have played now 45 seconds of stoppage time. Everybody on the feet, and Ibrox, and there it goes. Rangers are through to the next round of the European Cup, knocking out one of the most formidable forces in European football, Dynamo Kiev, in a first-half performance of great level indeed. After they scored that second goal, they went into the shell, and although they looked dangerously, these supporters lifted them up. A highly notable victory for a Scottish club. A restrained, disciplined performance throughout. And although the Russians fought back well, Rangers thoroughly deserving the tumultuous acclaim of their supporters.
Tumultuous is indeed the word, and that must go down as one of Rangers' greatest ever European triumphs. And having beaten Dynamo Kiev, there really can surely be no one left in the competition that Rangers need unduly fear. They can look forward to the next round draw on Friday with great confidence. Well, after the match, Archie sought out Graham Souness and asked him how tonight's win compared with matches of the past.
Does that compare?
That, I think, must compare with anything. Archie, I feel tonight, with the young team we've got, a reasonably inexperienced team, playing against, in my opinion, one of the better teams or the best team in Europe in club football, to beat them here, or even to get through over the tie, I feel is a remarkable result.
Were you depressed at all that you didn't have Roberts with you, Graham Roberts?
Yeah, I felt, you know, we intended playing John McGregor in midfield to give us a wee bit more aggression in there, and Robbo at the back, but Robbo, we couldn't risk Robbo tonight. He's just strained a muscle in his groin area, and really with the period we have coming up, although tonight was very important, we have a very important period coming up.
Well, I have this advantage over you, that I've seen a lot more European games here. That was a different game tonight, that process of education.
I'd like to pay credit to our crowd. Our crowd were absolutely fantastic this evening.
It wasn't the kind of game
they were incredible.
The typical Rangers game of charging after a victory.
When we first came here, we said we were going to try something different. Okay, we've made mistakes, we've got a few things right, and the crowd have been great. And tonight was as much for them as the players, because they really enjoyed it tonight. They really got behind us tonight.
How did you feel when you, for example, didn't get the penalty, which would have put you in a very strong...
Yeah, again, you worry, as I say, we've got a fairly inexperienced team. You worry if that will affect them, but it didn't. They got on with their job. We complained at the time, and I think you'll prove that it was a penalty.
Now, roughly 20 minutes to go, did it not sink into you that, okay, you could kill them off with a third goal, but on the other hand, you were going to be out of the competition had they scored?
Yeah. Really, I was that tired. At my age, you get that tired in the last 20 minutes. You just concentrate on getting through the game. But we had the chance to finish it off when young Flecky got through. But our defence played brilliantly this evening. I mean, we limited them, as we did in the first game, to shots from outside the area. They played twice, I think, in the second half. They got into our area and played a couple of 1-2s, and our goalkeeper came out and smothered both of them. Our goalkeeper's the best in Britain, and that's what I paid all that money for him.
Sure. Well, leaving aside the first goal, which was like out of a farce, I think you would have to admit the second...
I didn't see it.
Well, I almost didn't see it myself, but the second goal was the sort of combination you were looking for these two players.
Yeah. Trevor, who didn't have his best game tonight, but still contributed. In the end, won us the tie, because everyone thinks that Trevor Francis is going at people, taking people on, and overlook his passing abilities. As good a passer as we've got in the team. And he made a great pass from wide in the right here, and he picked up Mark Falco. And Falco and McCoist, as they did last Saturday, teamed up well, read each other's game, and that's where the second goal came through.
Can you build on that performance? No, I mean, some people will perhaps foolishly say, well, you know, you were the winning of the European Cup there.
We could get drawn to part-timers next time around and go out to them. We'll enjoy tonight. We've got a big game coming up Saturday. We'll enjoy tonight and see what the draw brings us tomorrow. And then, unless we go about our business as we did in the 2 games against Kiev, then there's nothing in it for us. As I said, we have a young team who are still learning.
The usual poisonous old firm.